So yeah, it happened. I finally survived over 500 days in my hardcore world. So today I'm going to give you a full world tour of my whole Minecraft hardcore world. And there will be a brand new world tour every 10 episodes, given that I survived that long. But we are in creative, and this is just a backup of a world, so I don't end up dying on a world tour in the main world. But this is the spawn. We spawned on this nice stony peaks biome on episode 1. And the seed is here if you want it. Right there. And it's also on episode 1. But I've set up some little auto smelters here just so I can smelt up things in the spawn chunks whilst I go off and do other things. For example, I got a load of bricks and terracotta in here. I've also got this nether portal, which we may explore in a bit, and that goes to the nether roof. And that was used so I could transport villagers up to this, my iron farm, which is quite an overpowered farm. See, I've got iron just clogged up in the system, and I've got so much iron in my ender chest. So after I looked around spawn, I came to this village here, which is right behind the mountains. And this is where I got my first few resources from. And I believe there is a crafting table. There's a crafting table. I feel like this might be my first one, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, this is a nice village. I haven't done anything with it. I've stolen loads of cats from it. And I feel like all the villagers are now dead. Just because it's in the spawn chunk, so mobs can spawn. But I then journeyed over here. And this is where I almost died already. I had a zombie and a skeleton attack me. I was on fire and I got to like 2 hearts, I think. But then I headed off this way to this village, which I have plans for in the future, and it's a bit of an empty village. I used it recently to get loads of maps and things. I got some max level toolsmiths, which trade me diamond tools, but I mainly just trade the iron to them. We've got loads of iron golems in this village, and there is a massive castle over there, but we'll explore that soon. But here's my starter base. I've got this massive island, and I built a massive cobblestone wall around it, and added 3 buildings: the mine, the enchantment hut, and our starter house itself, which I'm actually quite proud of the design. It's a bit simple and a bit plain, but I still really like it. We've got bees everywhere, and then we just got storage labs. I've collected so many resources, I just end up storing all in here. Got my bone meal generator, a massive wheat field, a well. This leads down to a nether portal, but I don't really use it that often. And it's quite ugly down there, so I'm not going to explore that now. I've got a letterbox outside, also full of random resources. I got axolotls for some reason. I think I got those on the live stream. But in my house itself, it's got a nice carpet, furnace. These are the current maps of what the area looks like. And this is the map when I first started the world. So you can see there's nothing else. It's locked, so it won't get updated. It's thunderstorming, that's awful. Okay, clear the weather. But we've also got my dragon egg in here. It might not be permanent in here. It's just for now, I think it looks pretty good here. Brewing stand with my cartography table and things. My ender chest. And my main storage system. So we've got wood. We've got like resources and building blocks. Loads of dirt and like mud and things. Mob drops and quartz apparently. Lots of nature blocks, which it's already full. And these are more like miscellaneous items. And this whole storage system is full. So I extended down here just with random items. And more random items. And some more random items. That's a lot of sand actually, I might need to use that. And loads of frog lights as well. But I got a jukebox, which I believe I crafted in this first or second, I think it was the second episode. I crafted everything out of diamonds. This is a day 100 map. And one thing I do in this series is I'll make a map every 100 days just to see what the world looks like. But in my ender chest, we've got my leather backpack, which is my main chalk box I have. And it's got all the maps. And I think day 500, yeah, this is the newest one. As you can see here, we've got all my builds around, and I think that looks much better than what it did on day 100. But also in my leather backpack, I have a brown hat, which is just a retexture of a carved pumpkin, which I used when going to the end for the first time. I've also got my apple bottom jeans and my helmet from the latest episode, so make sure to check that out as well. And then I've got a dragon head, some slow falling, all the maps, an old shield, another shield, some logs. I think this is my first diamond sword, might be my first shovel, then just a couple of diamond hoes, which one has fortune and one has silk touch, as they are quite useful, as mine doesn't have either of them, and that's because I had to kill the dragon with a netherite hoe. But in my ender chest as well, I have a wood box, a dirt box, a valuable box full of diamonds and enchanted books and things. Then I've got a wood materials box, I've got a dye box full of all the different dyes, a resource box which I just filled up with random things I might need, stone box, my gravel box, looking quite empty, a firework box, which is actually quite full at the minute, miscellaneous box, more things like the skulk and random blocks and things like that, explosive box, which is supposed to be filled with TNT, I think I used all of it, nature box, just like decorative blocks, sand box, empty at the minute because I think I've used all of it, iron block, or iron box rather, is full of iron. I don't need iron ever again. A spare pair of elytra, empty shulker boxes. Oh, that one's got mud and that one's got torches. A golden helmet I use when going to the nether sometimes. This is where I used to actually gather mushroom blocks, some special shells. A journal, but I don't think I ever did anything. Oh, I literally just had like a to-do list, which I still don't think I've done. Then I got my Enderman sweeper, which is used for my Enderman farm. I'll show you guys in a bit. But as you can see here, this is my first set of iron armor, which I've just kept for some reason. A pair of shears hanging up on the wall, and also my first shield hanging up on the wall. Next up, we have my enchanted area, where I've got some llamas behind it apparently, but this is just where I go to enchant everything. I still use it to this day. I'm running out of lapis, but I've got loads of anvils. This is more like iron gear, I think. And in here is like my diamond gear. I think, but this might be my first helmet. Maybe my first leggings. This is one of my first pickaxes. I believe my first pickaxe is in here. And then I've got loads of just random miscellaneous items. I've got echo shards, XP bottles. And then this is a 4:4 scale map of my whole world. And that's because on episode 9 of this series, I made a 3x3 mega map wall, which I'll show you guys in a bit. And then over here, I've got this mine system, which I can hop all the way down and show you the bottom of it. And this, if we hop into spectator mode, is where I did all my strip mining for deep slate and just for diamonds in the first episodes. But you can see how far I've dug. I think over here, yeah, this is where I fought the wither. But yeah, there's a massive amount of strip mines. This is just all from me having to get loads of diamonds in my episodes. And in lots of the caves, you may notice lots of mobs spawning. And that's because the entire surface has been lit up, so no mobs can spawn anywhere around here. Next up, we've sort of got a more ugly part of my world, which is like a farming area, but I'm going to turn this into something really good eventually. And this is a villager breeder. It's very full, as I rarely use it. There must be, well, there's loads of villagers in here. And this leads me to the nether roof. In here's, oh wow, that's a lot of turtles. I forgot about that. I had to get a turtle helmet, as you saw, the latest episode, and I left loads of turtle eggs in here, and well, now they've all grown up, I guess. This is a railway system, which I led them onto the nether roof to get them to the spawn chunks. And yeah, normally that would have, if I can get a minecart out, and I put it down, it picks up a villager and just sends them straight through. I broke the portal by accident. And this ugly tools scaffolding pillar is for my creeper farm, so I'll set up there in AFK. Got loads of cats, so I want to extend the farm. But basically how it works is creepers spawn in here. I think I can demonstrate it. So a creeper will spawn, they'll see the cat, and they'll run. It will fall into the water system, which then it will get pushed down into the killing chamber, and I've actually got quite a bit of gunpowder from it. And then next up you can see my massive farming village I've been working on. This here is the windmill. This was the start of the project, and I built, I believe, the carrot field, oh no, the wheat field rather, the carrot field, and these two village sections in that episode, and then I've extended it just off camera. See, we've got some nether fields, which apparently mobs can spawn in, which is not good. Built some mini pumpkin field, a massive beetroot field, which I did recently. One of my favourites, which is a sweet berry field. A sugarcane field, which I actually use quite often because I've got an auto sugarcane farm, but it's not too good. A massive potato field, azalea field. We've got a little crimson root field, which I'm not a massive fan of. Then flower fields and things like that. I just think it looks amazing around here. We've got this nice little house, which just has random miscellaneous storage and a load of torches. And in episode 8 of the series, I extended my whole village down to the bottom bit here. So I've got loads of market stands. I built this whole custom riverbed area, which is actually one of my favourite things I've done in this world. Added loads of mud huts. This was part of a YouTube short I did, and I've got some more plans around here for YouTube shorts. And also, if you have any suggestions, let me know, and I'll probably do them. I've got a massive ruined castle area, loads of custom trees I've built all across the river, a nice peony field here, like a wagon with like just carrying different goods, and I do use texture packs in this world. These are Whip's note blocks, and they have just different textures based on when you click it. We've got like this simple market stand design. I've changed the colours on each one so they stand out a bit more. This is where I survived for an hour underwater, so I literally just locked myself in, couldn't escape for an hour. And well, you'll have to watch the video to see how I did it. Got loads of shulker boxes, just a storage area. I need to pick up those shulker boxes actually. Then we've got a little like broken down cobbled bridge over here. We can hop over. We've got a big dandelion field, a beetroot field, and a little cornflower one. This has got some more mud huts. This has got some more market stands. This area I don't think it's done yet. I just want to add some more detail. and then a nice tower here. And then this is a llama head. I built out pretty much every block in the game. I'm missing things like blackstone and coral, and just because there wasn't enough space for it. But other than that, it's pretty much every block. See, I've got the sculpt blocks, I've got a netherite block, and the deep slate emerald, which took me ages to get. And here, as you can see, we've just got a really ugly looking flower forest, and I've planned to change this in the next episode, but I just wanted to give you guys a sneak preview of what I'm planning to do. And then we can fly up this mountain, and this has to be my favourite build of the world, which is our massive castle for my dog Ted. So we've got this massive custom terraform. I've done this whole thing. I don't think I've shown all of it on the video, but I've done most of it. This is the only bit I haven't done yet. But I've terraformed all of it. Then basically I built this massive castle on the top of a hill, viewing around my world. And, well, it's quite hard to get in, you just have to open the gates. And then around here I've decorated everything. We've got carts everywhere. We've got a wanted board, I guess. We've got a stables full of my donkeys and mules and horses, which I'm trying to get the best horse off camera. I just thought it was a nice project I could try. Here is my storage room. I haven't done too much with it. I've just got, it's actually quite empty. Other than this is all the wood I have in the world, pretty much. And it's just stored in different chests. And then, yeah, I've got loads of just miscellaneous. And upstairs, this is more for like bulk storage. So I've got in here iron tools, iron armor, diamond armor, and diamond tools. And then I've got a box of diorite, like deep slate and miscellaneous. More miscellaneous, and a wood box. And this is how I actually built the castle. And for this next bit, I am going to put shaders on, as I think it looks amazing. This hasn't been finished, as I ran out of time to record the episode, but I want to come back here soon and do some more details. I've got this like custom map ball I built, which I think looks pretty cool. And then Ted's throne with a netherite block, and there he is, just my dog in the world. I'm going to leave him sat down though, because I don't really want to, so I even know this. So I'm going back up. We've got like a pixel art of his face, and then an actual custom painting I made of him, and that's when he was an actual puppy. Over here doesn't have too many details. I'm planning on building like a kitchen area here eventually. I just haven't had the time recently. And then in here is my map wall area, where you can see we've got a mega map wall of the entire world. And this took like I think a week to make, and this is one of my most recent videos, so make sure to check that out. But look how big the ocean is, and then we've got like a massive mushroom island. And for context, like 1 pixel, so that like little light blue pixel right there, that's 1 chunk. So this is millions of chunks. And in total I think it was 37 million blocks. But I think that's pretty much it from the castle. I haven't added too many other details. I plan to work around this area much more in the future, because it just looks a bit plain compared to the massive castle over there. But if we now hop into the nether, we should be able to see some of the things I've done up here. Mainly just portals connecting up to random points of the world. Some turtles apparently. I can turn shaders off, and I think in this way, there we go, there's my custom frog-like farm. Actually, well, it's my frog-like farm I built, and it's got some iron golems, and basically how it works is I can spawn some magma cubes, and they shall walk towards the golems, where the big ones will get killed by the golems, and the little ones drop down, and the frogs eat them, and they'll drop frog-light into the system. And yeah, it's a pretty good farm. And I did kill quite a lot of frogs trying to transport them here. But other than that, there's not too much more to add around the nether roof. I think here, this actually leads to my stronghold. And this is where, yeah, where I've got my enderman farm, which is still my main XP source. I plan to change that soon, as it's quite a pain getting all the way out here every time I need to get levels. But we can fly down here. This is just a simple enderman farm design I found. And just how it works is, well, is a platform they spawn on, and loads spawn just because of how, like, this isn't generated in. So no more spawn over there. They'll get lured to this endermite, and they'll all fall down here, where I can get a sword, and just swipe at them. And they should give me loads of XP. And loads of ender pearls as well. But other than that, that's pretty much it for my 500-day world tour of this hardcore world, which I plan to do every 10 episodes on the main channel, as that's where I upload it. I don't upload it onto this channel. So make sure to subscribe to that channel, but also subscribe to this channel, as I want to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year on this channel. But there's not too much more to add. I can throw on shaders, and we can have just a quick look around. I think this area just looks so cool with shaders, as you can see like the windmill in the background and things like that. But thanks for watching this world tour, and make sure to subscribe.